to discuss an upcoming joint meeting with the Port Angeles and the members of the Port Angeles City Council, which will be found in your council packet. It's item I-28, I believe.
I think it's actually
I-27. It's actually I-27. Dan, if you could.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. At one of your previous city council meetings, the council did direct staff to schedule a joint meeting with the Port of Port Angeles to discuss some items of mutual interest. Staff had been working actually with the port starting about 4 or 5 months ago to formulate an agenda for a future meeting, so it was timely, and that some of the work had already been accomplished on a joint agenda. And also, I believe, I wasn't there, but council was asked to submit to staff any possible items for the agenda prior to the council meeting so we could put it on the list. But again, tonight you can discuss that agenda and make any modifications to that agenda tonight. We didn't receive anything from council, but we do have 3 items that you have in your memo. I'll go over those 3 items. But there was 1 item submitted, and I will go over with the council within the last couple days by the interim executive director at the port too. I got that emailed today. So the 3 items that have been identified for the upcoming joint meeting for the agenda. And I did discuss these with, again, the interim director of the port, and there's a consensus on these 3 items. Joint harbor cleanup goals. We recognize that we're both public entities representing the public, and the cleanup of the harbor is extremely important to this community, and we're looking at coming up with joint goals that we can bring forward as we work with the PLP group, potentially viable party group, as we determine our cleanup goals with that group. So we'll be given direction by both groups, both set of elected officials. So it gives us basically more clout when we go forward to the group, having the backup of the elected officials of the community behind us when we set our cleanup goals with that group. Future usage of Oak Street Terminal number 4, which adjoins our new waterfront project, and I know there's been some interest by both staff and the council to talk about that topic and what it looks like right now, what can be done with that, and I know the port has some ideas. The other thing that's been on our plate for as long as I can remember, and it's the airport master plan, which is really part of the parks master plan. We're talking Lincoln Park master plan, and it turned into the airport master plan, basically the trees at Lincoln Park. And so the process has evolved over time, and this is an opportunity for the port to give us an update on where that process is at. And I know the council's had a lot of questions, and so we can have a good discussion back and forth on that. And the other item that was submitted by email was to discuss a cross-public entity effort towards setting 1 to 3 top community goals that support economic development. And I believe this came out of the luncheon discussion on Friday with Howard Baer, who was here doing a presentation. But those are the 3 items that staff had, is again in your memo, and the 4th item that was submitted to me to discuss with the council for a possible 4th topic.
Yes.
I really like the idea that we're finally doing these. One of the things that in this cross-entity goals, Maya had actually put in there future visions, because I believe that we do need to discuss what our future visions are and of course future visions, to make sure that we're actually even going in the same direction. And I think this cross-entity goal actually gets to some of that, but I'd like to even broaden the discussion a little bit more. I know our comprehensive plan is coming. I know that we were going to do some more of the vision ourselves, and we don't have some of that in place. but it will still be, I think, very important to try to, at least vocalize some of the, results that are coming out of the comprehensive plan, and even some of the visions that, everybody here, I guess, at the table has. So I would really like a discussion. I'd like to know exactly, what are some of the visions that the port has? And where do they see themselves into the future 20 years? And I would like all of us to start thinking about that. I do get that we don't have something yet finalized because our comprehensive plan change hasn't happened, and we haven't gotten to some of those, but I think having that discussion, would be great. And then maybe we can come up with these cross-section goals together.
Well, I certainly would concur with that. It would be so much easier and so much more productive if we knew what each other's aspirations were. We would have an open, friendly, civil discussion, and, but candid in nature and robust. But we might find we have so many more interests in common and differences of opinion. How would we know until we have the kind of discussion that we're proposing? So, any other member of the council? Dan out there. Dan, are you still with us?
Yes, I am. I think it is a great opportunity for us to meet with the court. It's rather ironic and a bit tongue-in-cheek that my professional trade organization, the Association of Realtors, requires that we attend on a regular biannual basis an ethics class, and that ethics class is scheduled for the exact same time as this proposed meeting. So I'm going to have to being the person not under an ethics investigation right now, I still have to attend an ethics class, so I will not be available for that port council meeting. But it's a great idea.
Was this the only date and time that was proposed, or was there some flexibility?
Apparently, there was a lot of effort that went into trying to find a mutually agreeable date and time, because it involved not only our city council but the port commissioners. And it's my understanding all but one can attend during this time, and this has kind of been locked in because this was by far the best date for attendance.
Is that meeting going to happen here or at the port?
That hasn't been decided. The date and time have, and we'll let you know location as well as the public. But it's June 6th from 2 to 4 again.
That's a Monday. Mike, I think I saw your hand up here.
I just thank staff for working this out. I think these three are some issues that hopefully can be worked on. We all do represent the public, city council as well as the Port of Port Angeles. So I hope to hear good things about how we can try to resolve things for our community. Thanks for staff for working on this.
Yeah, I've always thought this is a great thing. The city and the port should be getting together. We share one common goal, and two entities really within one small area. I'm great with the three questions there, and also with Sissy's proposal. I wanted to talk about, the trees at the Lincoln Park, but again, that's under the airport master plan combined. So I'm great with this. Look forward to this meeting.
And my only question would be as to this joint meeting, the first option, the joint harbor cleanup goals. I would suspect I will need to recuse myself, or is that not? I don't know.
You will likely need to recuse yourself from that
Okay.
discussion.
That's what I gathered.
Okay, so let's encapsulate where we are. We're going to have essentially four items to discuss. The three that are noted in our memo, and the fourth being trying to better understand our individual and collective goals and visions and aspirations. Any other comments in this room? Again, thank you on behalf of the council and the community. I think the community welcomes this kind of meeting, and the public is welcome to come to the meeting, whether it be held here or at the court's offices. We'll try to get that resolved as quickly as possible and get a strong, make sure the paper gets that information to be published. Everybody will be welcome. Okay.